So every man and woman who is free, full age, and good report has an indefeasible right to the first 3 degrees of O.T.O. These first 3 degrees actually include all the degrees in the Men of Earth triad. The Minerval is a prologue to the first degree, and the 4th and PI degrees are considered pendants to the 3rd. For the final requirement of good report, in terms of like sponsorships, people who are new to the lodge sometimes ask about, like, how do I get a sponsor? It's simply a matter of meeting with members of the lodge to get to know each other. You can then seek sponsorship from among those whose acquaintance you make, anyone you have like a good rapport with, and submit an application and fees. Sometimes people ask, why would I want to take initiation? Why would I want to be initiated? Everyone has their own reasons for taking initiation. There's no single right answer, but there's some common reasons that people give. One is to learn more about what the mysteries of Thelema might be in a non-binding way. The Minerval initiation is really kind of like a guest level initiation. There's no, in the first degree, there's a magical link made to the order that even if one left the order, that magical link would still be there. Minerval's really looked at as more of a guest degree, kind of let's see what this is all about before I really make a commitment. So some people take initiation of Minerval just to be like, well, what is this all really about? Another reason is to begin the inward journey to self-knowledge. Aleister Crowley wrote, "Initiation is, by etymology, the journeying inwards. It is the voyage of discovery of one's own soul." So another question people sometimes ask is whether or not this is a cult. And when I say a cult, I don't mean a cult, but a cult. Sometimes we joke about our solar phallic sex cult. Technically, the definition of a cult in sociology is any small new religious movement that has a state of tension with the surrounding culture, which I think we meet all of those qualifications for being a cult, as did Christianity at one point in its history. And like I said, we joke sometimes about being a cult, but sometimes, people are really wondering, okay, is this, no, seriously, is this a cult? Are you going to, tell me what to do? Are you going to tell me who I can marry? Are you going to make me wear special magic underwear? No. There's a number of...
Get off on that.
Yeah, right. So I'm just going to kind of go through, there's a number of, common practices that people identify with noxious cults, and I'm just going to kind of mention some of those and how we don't do them. Brainwashing. We, of course, do instruct candidates in the mysteries of Thelema, but we don't use mind control methods like love bombing, sleep deprivation, dietary limitations, or other methods of coercive physical or psychological manipulation to trick people into our belief system. Those things would be totally antithetical to everything we believe. Thelema is obviously contrary to that whole idea. Another one that is commonly associated with cults is blocking exit, preventing people from leaving. In no way do we prevent members from leaving the order. As it is written in Liber Oz, man has the right to move as he will on the face of the earth. Also, renunciation. We don't ask any member to renounce their current beliefs, associations, activities, or lifestyle. Neither do members ever confess wrongdoing. Isolation. We don't cut off anyone directly or indirectly from their family, friends, work, or society in general. Financial manipulation. In our historical documents, there's discussion about how upper degree members will give up their property. In reality, no member is expected to give all of their possessions or wealth to the order. Also, charismatic leaders. While we certainly have leaders, like any organization, they're not charismatic or infallible like cult leaders often are supposed to be. The order is not a cult of personality, it's more of an institution, and it doesn't exist on the basis of any one individual. We have, like I said, leaders, but if any of those leaders were to stop being leaders, we would just have other leaders in their place. It's really more of an institution than a cult of personality. Also, there's no control of behavior. No one in the order will ever tell you how to live your life or what you can and can't do or enjoy. We do take oaths, but it is up to each individual to interpret and fulfill those oaths. No one in the order polices members. Also, noxious cults disallow questions often. We promote critical thinking and do not dissuade questions or criticisms about the order. As it is written in the Liber Oz, man has the right to think what he will. So those are some sort of features of noxious cults and why we don't have them. And basically, these are all contrary to our basic principles. Also, a lot of times people ask about, like, am I going to have to, have sex with a goat during my initiation? So I'm just going to say it's important to explain that during our initiations, at no time will you ever be forced to do anything against your will. We can also say that some of the initiation rituals of O.T.O. involve... Oh, sorry, did I say some? None of the initiation of rituals of O.T.O. involve animal sacrifice. Also, I should say that while initiation can be intense and even challenging, it's never meant to be something that goes against anyone's beliefs or values, or nor is it ever meant to be like humiliating or degrading. So while the initiations can be intense, they're not like hazing. The initiations are secret. The contents of them are secret. And the idea is when this initiations are secret and you don't know what to expect, it puts you in a heightened frame of consciousness so that you then are deeply impressed by symbols that are presented to you. So that's one aspect of it. Another aspect of it is that by keeping it secret, it's, the word secret, the root for secret, is the same as that of secrete. It's the idea of separating something out for special use. And so by keeping this secret and sacred, we imbue it with power. So that's why our initiations are secret. There's really nothing that happens in them that will sometimes organizations will have secrets that are really designed to protect the organization from getting lawsuits, or they're designed to protect individual egos, or they're designed to prevent people from finding out that the organization did some horrible thing. That's not why, none of the things that are secret about our initiations are secret for any of those reasons. They're kept secret in order to make them sacred. So, but that said, there are things that can be said broadly about initiation that don't reveal secrets. Depending on your questions, there may be a way to answer somehow. So today we talked about Thelema, O.T.O, initiation, and the ecclesiastical rites. Thanks for coming. Love is the law, love under will.
Thank you to Joseph Thebus for that explanation of Ordo Templi Orientis.